And Robert, what about the wokeness? Like, is there anything to do on that? Is that about leadership? Is that about transformation? But what do you see when you see that happening and spreading and I guess getting worse in America? What do we
Yeah.
do?
You talk about woke, right?
Yeah,
Again, it's a matter of fighting back. The U.S. military is going woke,
I
and
heard.
I think the COVID vaccine has something to do with it because if you didn't comply and take that vaccine, they kicked you out, and they're still kicking people out. And then if they kick you out today in the U.S. military, you have to pay back your signing bonus. But it's all control of this, the heart, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And so that's what woke is. They got your mind, your spirit, your money, and it just demoralizes you.
Right. All part of the same thing. And you mentioned
Yeah.
vaccine. What do you make of the revelations that are coming out? People questioning the vaccine, questioning the myocarditis, and the people suddenly dying on the field in these sporting events. And what do you make of all that, as well as the pressure that the military had to take it? What's Robert's take on that?
Well, again, it's part of that whole process. But I've had COVID, 4 years ago, 2019, I had it. And my doctor just treated me with hydroxychloroquine. That was it. He says sunlight and that. And then the good news was, he says, the reason, which you're an advocate of, he says, the reason you got COVID is because you're out of shape. He said, you're fat, basically. So today I'm wearing pants that are 33 inches.
Wow.
And when I had COVID, it was 38 inches. So he said the best way to beat COVID is get healthy. And I know that's one of your shticks,
Yeah.
you're into the health side. So it's basically it's health, wealth, happiness. So this is wealth. This will be here another 100,000 years. It'll still be here. And then there's happiness. And that's crucial. I'm doing a talk with Dennis Prager
I saw that
in
at
Arizona.
ASU, right?
Yeah, yeah. And he's the one who taught me about happiness. He says in Deuteronomy, he says, God commands you to be happy. I went, wow. So my saying, I get up every morning and I go, it is my moral responsibility to be happy, no matter how I feel inside, no matter what's happening around me in the economy, or no matter what somebody's doing to me. So today, when somebody comes, I get upset, I shift. This is transformation again. I said, how can I be happy no matter what's happening? And that's transformation. It doesn't cost any money, but it is Deuteronomy.
And that's recent for you to put this practice in place.
I do that every morning
And you've been doing it
because,
for a while. Have you been doing that for a
well, what
while?
happened was, or Kim left me. She says, I'm out of here. And the reason she left, she says, no matter how much money we make, you're unhappy. And that was a painful, I love that woman with all my heart. Never cheated on her for 35 years and all that. But I was never happy because my happiness comes when I achieve something, being type A personality.
Yeah.
So when I met Dennis Prager, I said, okay, I'm going to be happy. The other thing my wife said to me, she says, you turn friends into enemies. I went, okay, got it. And the hardest task for me today, this is transformation. Because in business, you got screwed a lot and all that stuff, right? How do I not turn them into an enemy? That's transformational.
Have you figured that out?
Well, it goes back to Dennis Prager also. So, okay, but it's in communication. It's being a bigger human being, being a spiritual human being.
Yeah.
So I ran into some problems with some of my friends, and we're all working together again.
You
It'd
are.
be easy to just turn them into enemies.
Right. Especially if you're working with them. It's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Because little things happen and it could have been this or that. And then it gets a little competitive. And the next thing you know. Right.
yeah. It's or what people say when people get married, they say the biggest lie ever told is they live happily ever after again.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in a relationship, you have ups and downs. And can you be happy? Can you treat your fellow human being like a human being and not turn into a asshole?
Yeah. That's the ultimate test is if you
Yeah,
can be happy at your lowest state, your most negative surroundings, if you can still be happy, you put on that smile, still treat people with kindness and respect when you're having your worst day. Because anybody can do it on their best day. But when you're having a terrible day, to treat people well, and if you can be happy on top of that, then that's a big win, Robert, for sure.
Yeah. It's called do unto others as you would have them do unto you, the golden rule.
Yeah.
It's quite that simple, you know.
Sometimes I get tested where someone stops me on the street and wants to talk about London Real or get a selfie. And it's always when I'm having the most stressful day, I'm late for something that's happening. And it always reminds me that like those people, they deserve time, they deserve respect, they deserve my smile, they deserve good energy. And it's like, and it always happens at the worst time. And it always reminds me that it's my job to be the best at the worst time. And I'm learning too, Robert. You're inspiring me now by you saying, look, my job is to be happy every morning. And I'm a little type A as well. I'm never satisfied with the result. If I am satisfied, it's literally for minutes. I don't celebrate. I'm terrible at that. I'm always, what's the next thing we can do, or how could it be more? But but no one wants to be around that energy, and it doesn't have to be that way. There's no reason to suspend your happiness for that thing to happen. You can be happy now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to change the world, change yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why I said you and I are into transformation. And I'm doing exactly the same thing because I get recognized everywhere now. So yesterday I was at a Jewish deli, and the staff was talking to me, and I'm going, Jesus, all I want is my pastrami and rye, and my coleslaw. And I stopped and talked to every one of the three women. They were just, I read your book and all this stuff, you know. And I stopped and said, that's a human being in front of you. And they read your book. Just say thank you.
Yeah.
So I stopped, and that's transformation there, Brian, for me.
Yeah. So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.